Since I became an author, I've discovered a few things when talking to people in general about my books. There are so many people that misunderstand that since I became an author, I found out that there are many people who misunderstand that book covers do not determine what the books are about. Most people look at book covers and they assume that the book covers is what the books are about. So let me give you a rundown about my books. Book number 1, Women in Corrections. Women in Corrections. I wrote based upon my experience as a correctional officer, and I created 5 beautiful characters. Now, however, these characters do not have lives solely around working in the prison system. However, there are some of them that are correctional officers, but the plot is not about working in the prison system. You have to read the book to understand what I'm talking about. And then you got book number 2, the administrator goes native. One of my characters, she go back into the prison system undercover and she's a native. She already know about the system, so she goes back in to the system. But however, the book is not based on her being a undercover administrator. And then you got book number 3, Juanita's story. Juanita, one of the girls in the book, she just made some mistakes, and I wrote, a story about her and why did she working into a prison system under false pretense. So, but the book is not solely about working in the prison system. And then there's book number 5, not totally about working in the prison system. And one of my characters, she goes and becomes a head warden in a prison system, and she discovers a lot of secrets. And these secrets will blow your mind. So there are just so many people that just misunderstand titles of books. Covers is not what books are about. That's just the title. And then I got subtitles to every book. Behind the Walls, Women in Corrections. Behind the Walls, An Administrator Goes Native. Behind the Walls, Juanita's Story. Behind the Walls, Confessions of a Warden. But none of these books, none of them is solely about working in the prison system. None of them. I take you inside the prison system, but I don't keep you there. I bring you out into the world, and these girls have lives. They will